had like a Seiko Kinetic
Mm.
watch. So
cool. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, like Kinetic watches, were they sort of like the precursor moving into
To spring
spring
drive?
drive?
You know what? That's a great question, and I've asked the same question myself. Never really looked into it, but I think so. I mean, I think obviously that's kind of the way that we're going, right? Because
Yeah.
kinetic really uses a quartz, but it has a rotor in it too. So that's I think
Yeah,
so. I don't know.
I
I'm sure
don't.
somebody will
You
correct
don't
us.
really see them around anymore either. You don't see them around anymore. Like I wonder
They
if
discontinued
they
them.
yeah discontinue them just because they wanted to focus on like their automatic movements, and then obviously pushing spring drive. They didn't
Yeah,
want this thing in between that confused people. I don't know.
maybe. Yeah,
I'm confused.
yeah.
So
I'm
Yeah,
confused
I
too.
think they definitely discontinued though. But I've seen a few used ones in a couple shops around town. So
yeah, yeah. So he had those, and then later on in life, he's kind of started to get into the hobby more. Probably just kind of because it's something we can share together. He's got a nice
That's cool.
Seamaster chronograph now. He's got
Nice.
like the King Seiko that I'm sure we'll talk about in a little bit.
Oh
The
yeah.
photo there. That was a watch that I had. It basically I broke it, and I broke it, and it kind of sat in a drawer for a while. My dad and I were chatting one day, and he told me about how he had this appreciation for these Grand Seikos and King Seikos that he grew up with, and how he thought they were like super cool. And he's the one who told me the story about like the factories that
Oh,
were
nice.
competing with each other. And
So your
my,
dad knew this without being a watch guy.
he's
Wow.
my dads are weird, right? Like they know how to do things that to their kids anyway. They know how to do everything. They know a little bit of everything. They know how to do everything. They're like this book of knowledge, right? And then he pulled this info out and he told me, and it was really
Yeah.
really interesting when he told me that. It was really
mm,
cool. And anyways, he told me about his appreciation for these watches, and I was like, oh well, okay, hang on a second. So anyways, I dug it out. I sent it off to the psychologist there in Canada. Now that I knew he was open, he restored it, fixed it 100%. I say restore, he didn't
cool.
like redial it or anything.
Right.
Just
Right.
got it
Right.
working again, and sent it back, and I gave it to my dad, and he loves it. He thought it was a really, 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 really cool gift. So we're starting to build a little collection
Mm.
of kind of cool watches and things like that. Really unique, but
Nice.
nothing. He doesn't have a bunch of Rolexes or Daytonas or
No,
Patek Philippe's or
but
anything like
he's
that.
got the cool things. I mean, he's got the things that are probably more exciting to us, right?
Oh yeah.
Not the hype beast watches,
He
but
has a collector's collection. That's
exactly,
exactly it, right? Yeah.
exactly. But obviously, you got brought up to my attention because of the King Seiko. So P. Ross, take it
Right.
away.
Yeah. Let's address the GQ issue. GQ for me has been a great publication. I remember growing up buying GQ, me and my friends, and like we would get summer dry jobs and try to go and match outfits like this in GQ and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? And with the situation that you went through, can you kind of explain to the people some of the positives and some of the negatives of that? And this was GQ UK, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So kind of explain to the people what went on.
So I'm happy to talk about it. I just want to make it clear, just for the sake of covering my own butt and everyone
Yeah.
else's butt here. I'm not accusing anyone of anything at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's no evidence in any way to say anything actually did happen, but I mean, you saw it for yourself. It's certainly
So allegedly, this is all allegedly.
Yeah.
it's an allegation, exactly,
An
but
allegation, all right.
it's somewhat peculiar nonetheless.
Yeah.
So on, I believe it was October, I think it was October 12th or something like that. And I'd taken the picture, I think it was September 26th or 28th. I posted a photo, and it was the King Seiko we just discussed, kind of laying across the handle of a katana, right?
Right.
A samurai sword, just, kind of right on the braided handle, and just, nothing at the
Cool
time
picture,
that I
by the way.
posted. I mean, I appreciate it. It didn't get, like, compared to some of my other photos, it didn't really get a ton of attention. It was kind of just a whatever shot. I was like, okay, well, it's good enough. Some people liked it, right? And it's anyways, I posted the picture up and I kind of just left it. So about a week ago now, I was just hanging out and my dad of all people, who's not really that big of a watch collector, he's like, hey, check this out. And I'm like, what's this? He's like, this just showed up as a random ad on my phone. Doesn't something look kind of familiar about this to you? And I'm like, hang on a second. So he sends me a link to their article, I guess, talking about the 50th anniversary. I think it's the 50th anniversary King Seiko reissue. And you open it, and then obviously they have their photo,